This one is for all the chicas out there that have been constantly burnt by personal trainers that give them cookie cutter meal plans. And I'm going to give you some advice on when to know when it's time to fire your coach as well, or your nutritionist or personal trainer. The second that they tell you to start measuring out your leafy green vegetables or any fibrous filled vegetables, that is the time to really step back and think, is this the right coach for me? And I mean this from a good place, because not everyone's trying to be Miss Olympia. If you're in a bodybuilding competition, or if you're going to take your physique to the next level and get shredded, then yes, it serves a purpose. But if you are a regular woman who just wants to drop those 20 to 30, 40 pounds in a healthy manner while leading by example for yourself and those around you to have a healthy relationship with yourself, this is not the answer. Let go of that coach if they tell you to start counting your carbs from vegetables. Let me explain why. Because most people that I have worked with have gotten so burnt from these bro science type meal plans that they end up being binge eaters. And with binge eating, they do amazing Monday through Friday. The weekend comes along and they bomb it, and they just literally feel like the absolute failure, and they will just binge eat the entire weekend and start the vicious cycle all over again on Monday. And one thing when it comes to binge eating that a lot of personal trainers fail to realize, or nutritionists, is that with the binge eating comes a physiological response that our body is craving as well. And take it from a former binge eater here, okay? When we are in the middle of the binge, aside from the mental aspects of just literally saying the meanest things to ourselves, our body also wants to feel aggressively full. And if you are provided a meal plan that is just chicken breast and asparagus, it does the reverse thing for you. You feel like you're starving, and although you might be eating 6 to 8 small meals a day, it's not satisfying. And it's not satisfying that physiological response from the binge eating that you first started off with. So the answer here is actually to increase your food volume. And to tell someone to not eat that many vegetables because of carbohydrates is just mind-boggling to me, especially as a former binge eater and a nutritionist that helps women with these problems. Because the more fiber filled, the more food volume that you consume, which if you don't know what food volume is, it's essentially eating as much as you possibly can with the lowest caloric intake possible. That is how we satiate that former feeling that we would get from binge eating. So if you are a binge eater, you need to focus on increasing your food volume as much as you possibly can. Although you're eating a lot of food, you are still going to be in a calorie deficit, because that's what food volume is. And once you get that positive momentum and you feel satiated, you still feel that fullness that you're searching for while losing weight because you're in a healthy caloric deficit, everything else is going to fall into place.